So hi, welcome to another video, and today I'm excited to check out the Pulsar Xlite wired. This is the white version that also comes in black. This one doesn't have the glass feet, but we're going to be reviewing that one as well. This is my first impressions of the one with PTFE feet. We're going to start with some cons and then we'll end with some pros. So we'll end on a high. I'll give my quick impressions on what I think of this mouse. This won't be my all detailed reviews that I normally go through. I need to catch up on them, I'm way behind. If you're not familiar with this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe because I'll give you the data and statistics, give you the competitive edge over your gamers so you get that advantage before anyone else does. So let's start first. So this comes in at 52 grams, which is decent. This is certainly light. This is definitely on the ultralight. This is an ergo shape. This has got a different style of cutout holes. It's more like a window, like a rectangle window than circular holes, which is nice, or hex. So I like this pattern. It might appeal to more people who don't particularly like holes because it annoys them on their fingers. It's got the 3370 sensor, and the dimensions I weighed on the basic level are 124 millimeters long, 63 millimeters wide. That's at the grip where the buttons are, and 43 millimeters high, so it's got quite a high rear hump. So let's start off with the cons. So the first thing I noticed is it's got quite a slippy coating. I did have some issues with it, and it's definitely one of the slippiest out there at the moment. It could do with a better grip coating on it. I've noticed on the other ones that I've done, so I've done the wireless one, which I'll release soon, as well as the limited edition one with glass feet, and they've all got the same coating. It's a bit of a shame, so they need to try and take a look at that, because for me anyway, personally, even with dry hands, I am struggling to grip it. There's quite a lot of pre and post travel on these mains. There's a big gap at the front. They need to reduce that down. You can certainly tell that there is more movement than there should be. The side switches are these square micro switches, I'm guessing by the feel of them. They're those ones that feel quite dead. Travel in it, which is good, but they're not the best feeling switch. For me, they don't really bother me. They're not a true mechanical switch though. It's also got Omron 20 millions as the mains this version, which I'm not a fan of. I'd like to have seen something like Kale in this, either 8s or 4s, or maybe a Hawano switch instead. It's using a split rear skate configuration, although they're rounded. As I've said before, with mice like the Viper and things, I don't particularly like split skates on the rear. It'd be nice to see them in a one skate, a bit more like a Zowie configuration for me. I find they don't catch as much, because even though these are rounded, they will still catch on certain pads, or they'll dig in. And the final thing to note before we get on to the pros here, which is certainly worth staying around for, because this is not a bad mouse, is that their balance is slightly towards the front. It is minor, it's not central, which I know will annoy some people. I find it's probably just level with the front button, and that's due to the way the weight's distributed, and obviously this design. It'd be nice to see them in later versions to try and counter that, and try and get it more central. Overall, it doesn't bother me, but I know people do tend to have an issue if the balance isn't centered. So moving on to the pros here, and this is a nice shape. This is a safe ergo shape, moving around the Model D, the Death Adder, the Zowie EC2 kind of style. So if you like that shape, this is going to fit you perfectly if you're having an ultralight mouse. This is obviously an ultralight one, but they've gone to the next level here, and I love this base. This is my kind of thing. If you've been watching my channel, you'll know what I mean. This base is perfect. I love how they've taken out as much weight as they can. They could probably get a little bit further. Maybe I'll do a weight reduction on it. Let me know in the comments if you want me to. But I like what they're doing here. They're starting to think a little bit more outside the box than other mice providers who are making solid bases on ultralight mice when there's no need. You can save weight here. So take note here, other mice companies. This is a good thing to see here, in my opinion. This has got probably one of the better scroll wheels I've used. It's super silent. It's got nice medium feedback. And paired up with the thickness of the scroll wheel and how flat it is, I love this scroll wheel. Again, very good scroll wheel. Probably one of my favorites out there at the minute on stock mice. This is nice. Build quality wise, people always get a bit funny about build quality on ultralight mice. I mean, I mod them to an inch of the life, but this one is still solid, even though they've taken out quite a lot of weight. You'd expect it to flex. For me, I can't find any. Maybe because of the style of the holes in this one, it's giving it more rigidity, but even on some of the ultralight mice, they don't generally flex. This one has no issues whatsoever. This is a solid built mouse. As this is a wide mouse, we can't ignore the cable here. This has got a nice power cord cable. For me, it's slightly bound a little bit tight, and it doesn't give it as much flex as it could do. There's certainly good flex in there. I think they should relax that a little bit, and you'll see this cable fly around a lot more. And then we've got the price. This comes in at $50 or 50 US pounds. 50 US pounds? What? This comes in at $50 or 50 UK pounds, and you get some great accessories for it, and this for me is a killer price for this mouse. This is a good mouse for this price, right? So it has a few little problems, like I say, the cons, hopefully they'll address those, but even so, even at $50, still worth looking at. If you need a switch change, you could do it yourself. I've done loads of videos on that, or I can do it for you to get rid of those 20 million OMROMs, and then it'll be a pretty good mouse. We could also reduce some of the pre and post travel. Now, at $50, you also get some accessories. I know. You get some new skates, you get some grip tape, And you get one of the coolest things I've seen, which is a bungee that sticks under your monitor, so you don't have to have that bungee on your desk, which I hate. This one sticks under your monitor, and since then I've been using it. I'm also using it on my Haste and other mice that I'm testing. I like this bungee idea. It's really simple. I've seen people use things like bulldog clips on mouse review or on Reddit and stuff like that, and they've taken this to like a more professional level, I would say, and it is really good. In fact, they should sell these if they don't already as an individual accessory, because these things are cool. So I mean, what can you like? And then the final icing on the cake, which is a pet hate of mine, and they haven't got that problem here. They've provided some software. Hoorah! Finally, you know, people listen. This is a good mouse, good company, providing you software all at $50 or 50 UK pounds. What's not to love, man? I can't wait to check out the other mice. I stream them on Fridays on Twitch, and I've done that already. So check them out. I will also try the SkyPad on the glass skates. You want to hang around for that? That thing is nuts. And I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later. See you soon. Bye bye.